How's it going, everyone? Welcome to day 17 of Stuck in California until I reach 100,000 subscribers. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic which I'm very passionate about, which I have done for years, which is improv. But if you just like stumble upon this live stream or a video, and if you don't know me, my name is Anuj, and I'm traveling to all the 50 states of the United States in order to spread the awareness on discriminations against high-skilled workers based on their country of birth. And Right now, I am at my 37th state, and I have been to all the states so far to promote the awareness on this discrimination to Americans who can vote, but even the people who are suffering because of this kind of discrimination, they are kind of like not all aware about this. So if they don't know about that, the impact this campaign would have would be less. The time it would take to bring the change would be more, right? So I wish that we more and more people come to know about this campaign or this like advocacy efforts in general. So that's why I'm gave myself this challenge that I'm gonna be in California before going to other states until I reach 100,000 subscribers. And today it's my 17th day. It's the progress has been very slow on like gaining the subscribers, but I haven't lost the hope yet. While I'm in California, I say that I'm gonna go live every day. I'm gonna talk about some things which I always wanted to talk about, which can help advocacy or which can clarify a few things. So today, I'm going to talk about improv. And if you don't know what improv is, it's kind of like a theater art where you go on the stage to perform a skit or something, but you don't have a script with you, right? So it's not pre-planned. So it's like as soon as you go on the stage, you get a suggestion from the audience, and based on that suggestion, you create a play out of that on the spot. And that I have done for many years, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, I'm not going to say, yeah, like yesterday I talked about this, that why you do this is more important than what you do, right? So, the goal of this video is not asking people that, hey, you need to do years and years of improv before you can do any kind of advocacy. But this is something I have found that it's like very useful. If I haven't done this, I don't think so I would be able to do a lot of things which I'm doing today. And if like someone is coming, he's like new to the United States, if someone who just came on like H-1B visa, right? Or someone who came here on student visa, probably while they are like students, they might not get time, but as soon as they graduate and get the first job, or if you like you came on H-1B and if you start doing this, then you will learn a lot of things. Like let's say that it would take 5 or more years to learn these things. If you don't do improv, which you're gonna learn in very short time, maybe like in 6 months or a year, like cultural wise and a lot of other things which are beneficial, which I'm gonna talk about, that what are the kind of things you can get out of it, right? And if you have any questions related to improv or anything in general, please leave it in the comments, so I'll try to address that how much more information I need to provide on each of this or improv in general. I hope people have seen it, what I'm talking about. What are the advantages of improv, right? And like some of the advantages are like kind of like a common sense, but when you do improv, it gives you the platform to practice those, right? That some things are like theoretical knowledge, it's good, but we don't get a lot of like platform to experience or practice that, especially once we are adult. So like let's say that one of the most important thing you will get out of improv is like learning to fail, right? And it's like kind of like you might have heard that learning, failing is good thing. But like growing up in India, especially where I grew up, like failing is kind of frowned upon, right? That whenever we do something, we want to succeed, which is a great thing. But sometimes that need keeps us from taking action. And especially now when we are in the United States, it's like that's encouraged, right? That there are even like books like fail fast, fail often, right? But then it's like sounds good in theory, but like where you can practice it, right? That you cannot practice a lot at your job, where like if you fail, you might lose your job, right? But then outside of your job, where you can like practice to fail, right? So the improv gives you this platform where you can go out and have fun with people and learn to fail, right? So the important thing, if you want to get good at improvisation, like creating things without any preparation, then that's something you haven't done before. So it's like kind of like expectation that you need to be good at it before even you begin. It's kind of like a crazy, right? So if you want to get good at it, then you will have to learn to fail. Like if someone who can not be okay with failing, then they will like never be able to be good at improvisation. And it's like improv when you do like you create scenes or maybe you create a play whenever you go out to do it. Then to be good at it, you will have to go through a lot of bad scenes before you can do good scenes, right? So it's like it trains you, it gives you a platform where you can fail, and it's like people who come here there are like a lot of fun people and very supportive people, so you will have fun while failing, right? So one of the thing is that in terms of advocacy, if I talk about that, sometimes we are hesitant of calling members of the Congress or senator, right? Because the call we want to make is we want to make perfect call. We don't want to make like we don't want to fail at that call. And I say people that oh, if you want to do this, like making imperfect call is better than not making a call at all, because if you make a call today, imperfect call today, you might improve tomorrow, right? The next call you make will be like little better, then the next call will be even better, right? So it's okay to fail. It's important to take actions, right, without of being afraid of failing. And one of the thing in improv we say is that play it at the top of your intelligence, right? Some things you don't want to fail at, so like play at the top of your intelligence, right? All right. What is the second thing I think that you can get out of improv, or it gives you a platform to practice that? The second thing is that listening and reading the room, right? That listening is very important. We all know that, but where we can practice that, right? So to get good at improv, you have to be good at listening. So it gives you the platform or practice you need to get good at listening. That if you are not good at listening, then you won't hear what your scene partner is saying to you, and if you don't hear or if you don't listen to what your scene partner is saying, then that scene will not be as good, right? That you both will be like going in different direction and won't be working together, or like sometimes it's a group scene, so right, so then it's like important to sharing this focus. So it teaches you how to listen to how to get good at listening, but how to like work in team as well. But another thing it does is that it teaches you how to read the room. That's very important, right? That whenever you are like performing, there is an audience who is watching you. Like if in the beginning, when you are like just like taking classes, then it's only the audience member is typically only your teacher. But when you start performing, then there is an audience there, and that gives you great feedback, right? That some ideas or some lines, when we think in our head, we think that it might be a great line or it might get a huge laugh, but when you say out that loud, then sometimes it sucks the energy out of the room, right? And then you if you get good at that reading the room, then you know that okay, in this direction we don't want to go. If we go in this direction, the audience might not like the show, right? So and like sometimes if you say something accidentally because you are improvising, right? So sometimes you will say something accidentally and that might get huge laugh, and then you know that oh, this is funny and we need to follow this, right? So that we need to do more of that. So you get good at adapting or calibrating according to the audience's response. So it's like it gives you a good practice of reading the room. But why it's important as an immigrant to do this is like sometimes many things we find they are funny in India that you might not find funny here, right? And there is not a book which can tell you all of those things. But while you are doing improv, you will find like even like going watching just shows or like even doing it, you will learn a lot of things that what people find, what's the sense of humor here, and that's like gives you a good practice to practice those things, because like you don't want to practice that in your office or somewhere, right? That it's like then it would be like something you learn the hard way, that this is something people don't find funny in America, right? So that's one of the advantage that you get what people like and dislike, not just in sense of humor terms, but in general that this is something people enjoy or this is something people support, right? That's you get to learn that very quickly. All right, so that was the second thing, like listening and reading the room, right? And then third one is that you will get to live the experiences you never had, right? So I came here for my master's, and that's true for a lot of people who come here on a student visa and work visa, that they didn't had any all the experiences most of the people has in school, like until they are 21, right? So then improv gives you that opportunity, because this kind of scenes you never know what kind of scenes you're gonna be in, right? So and it's a lot of times the scenes are something people has done in their high school, right? So maybe like prom is a good example. That I'm not sure it's prom is a thing now in India, but it wasn't when I was there. So I never had the prom, but I went to like a lot of proms while doing improv, right? So that kind of experiences, you get to live that experiences, kind of, but you get familiar with that. These are the kind of things happens in America, right? So the prom is just one example, but like what kind of games they play, what kind of things they do when they are free, like camping and all that kind of things. And sometimes when you are doing this scene first time, you won't know that what that thing is at all, but then because that happened while you were doing an improv, you might go home and search about that thing, and you will learn about that thing, right? So it's like, and a lot of times maybe like if you wanted to be lawyer or something, right? You cannot change your profession easily, but if you want to be a lawyer or something in a scene, you can, like you have that choice, right? If you are initiating the scene, that you can be a lawyer, you can be a firefighter. So it's like it can give you this different experiences, but not just experiences, but it gives you the platform to develop your vocabulary around those many different professions, right? So it's like helpful in that terms, that if you are like I'm new to the United States, like if your English is very limited or if your like vocab is very limited, then it gives you this opportunity to even like expand your vocab and like get good at English as well. That's the third thing. The fourth thing, kind of like one of the most important thing I have found, is that meet diverse group of supportive people, right? That sometimes when we are new to the United States, especially when we come on student visa or work visa, we kind of sometimes live in this bubble that we are in the United States, but we live in this bubble which is like mini India, that our friends are Indians, and like kind of like the restaurant we go to are Indians, and then it doesn't give you like this exposure we need of the local culture here, right? So it's like when you go to do improv, you will get to meet like a lot of fun people and diverse group of people, and you will learn a lot of things from them. They are like supportive, right? If you don't have like friend groups, it's like whenever, like I remember that one time when I moved to Atlanta, the first thing I did even before moving there is that I signed up for improv classes, right? So as soon as I went to that class, the class is typically like 12 to 16 people. At least now know like 12 people in that area, like just like from my first week in Atlanta. So that's like kind of like easiest way to find friends, easiest way to find diverse group of people who are like very supportive and very fun to hang out with. So yeah, that's one of the advantages, that you get to meet like a lot of fun and diverse group of people. And the fifth one is that getting over the stage fear, right? That they say that the public people has like more fear sometimes of public speaking than death. If you look up that what are the kind of fears people have the most, one of like probably the number one or two is like public speaking, right? So it's like kind of like improv is kind of like a toastmaster, but much more fun, right? That it's a lot of fun. You don't need to practice this at home. You can, but it's like toastmaster. You need to prepare speech, and it gets some boring for some people. But this is like the easiest and most fun way that you can get over to stage fear, right? That it's fun, and like a lot of times right now I'm like getting interviewed by media and all that kind of things, right? So when they interview me, I don't have any stage fear because I have done this a lot in front of camera in my free time. So it helps you to get over that stage fear easily. So yeah, that's, I guess like there are like lots and lots of other advantages I can keep talking about, but these are the main ones. And improv is something I have found, which is like I have found very like few things which are like this much fun, but can help you in a big way, right? So it's like hard to find this kind of things, like either something like, let's say, to give you an example, that workout is kind of good for you, but sometimes it's not fun, like working out is kind of pain, right? So this is, improv is something which is like a lot of fun, and it helps you in many ways. So like if you don't want to start doing it, like it's just like if you might find shows in your area which you can go and watch, so you can go and watch shows. But if you have time, I highly recommend it, do it, especially if you live in the big city, right? If you live in a small city, then it would be hard to find good improv school there. But if you live in the big cities, it's very easy to find. And I highly recommend anyone who is like new to the United States to start doing it. So you will get good at a lot of things in a short amount of time than taking long amount of time. And it can help in advocacy in many ways, right? That like now I'm like protesting outside of the state capitals, and many times I'm alone, and sometimes it's like you kind of look foolish, but then when you have done the improv, then you have practice of doing this like silly things a lot, right? So then it makes you it makes it easier, right? And when I started improv, I didn't start it to that one day I'm gonna do advocacy, right? So if you start doing this, you never know how it's gonna help you in the future, right? That it can help you in the advocacy, but like let's say that even if you don't want to do advocacy, you don't know that how it will be useful. So it's like good start doing this. It's good to start developing the skill, and it will be helpful, right? Regardless, like I say, that the skills or the best investment you can do is in yourself. So then, if the investment you have done is in yourself, doesn't matter where you go, right? Wherever you go, there you are. So if you move to Canada, then the skills you develop is with you, right? That if you even if you move to India, then like the best investment is like in yourself. So you take that with you. So regardless of advocacy, this is helpful in advocacy, but regardless if you start doing it, that would be great to develop all the skills, and it's fun. I guess I have said that many times, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It gives you. This is when I started doing this challenge. Like I'm stuck in California until I reach 100,000 subscribers. Right there, I guess I was able to do it. I was still hesitant, but because, the reason I'm able to do it because I got over this like fear of failing, and the momentum is less. But I hope anyone who is watching, you are sharing this with different people, whoever you find this that this can benefit them, improv or this advocacy in general. That right, that if this campaign gets some momentum, and if we bring this solution, it can help a lot of people. One thing I forgot to talk about yesterday, I'm not sure you heard this, but United States issued more than 200,000 visa to Indian student visa to India in last years. Where are these 200,000 people? Like I wish that they start joining this advocacy later. I wish they start joining this advocacy sooner than later, right? Where are these 200,000 people? But it's like crazy to think about that these 200,000 people who are coming here, they don't have path to permanent residency in the employment-based category. So I guess we need to do this for them, and they need to join this movement. If they do, that's great. And the way to reach them is that anywhere we know that who are already here or who are coming here, let them know that this is something. The easiest way they can support this movement is like subscribing, and maybe like now get familiar with this issue, that this is kind of a discrimination, it's wrong, it's hurting America, and that will give you like some tools you need to join this advocacy and take like active steps, right? So it's like kind of like a slow progression. So I hope you are letting all the people know. I appreciate everyone who is joining, liking this video, sharing this. I got a thumbs up from Ansvian. Thanks. So if you are like joining, it's great if you leave leave a comment, because otherwise like I don't know who is joining. But it's like good to see if you post any comments. Even like if you comment something, then it helps that video to reach more people, right? That if there are like 100 comments, then YouTube would have suggested this live stream to many different people organically. Like random people would have stumbled upon this live stream and watched it. So yeah, leave it the comments, leave the thumbs up. I appreciate it all, and I had like fun hanging out with you. I hope you are getting something out of this. I hope this has been helpful for you. All right, take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.